Good morning, y'all. Happy Sunday. I am gonna sort of shift gears a little bit. We are going into winter here very soon. I guess we're technically in the depths of fall, but paperwork on Friday got signed to confirm that Sophie and I get to stay in our house and we don't have to move. Therefore, it is an all systems go for some of the changes that I have been wanting to make in the house for a while. The thing that was kind of holding me up was I didn't want to obviously put money into things that really there's nothing wrong with the house, but I didn't want to put money into it if we were going to have to end up just selling it and moving. And so you guys are going to get to see a very lived in house today, but I wanted to walk around. It's pretty early morning and I'm waiting for the light to fully come so that I can go take the dogs on a walk. But I wanted to show you some of the things that I'm going to be doing. I will be doing some probably time-lapse videos of these things. And I should also say, I am not a carpenter. I'm not good at building things. So this is going to be a massive learning curve for me. But I will say, as much as I was tempted to be like, I'm just going to hire someone to do this, it's fine. I think there is a lot of value in forcing yourself to learn new things, getting out of your comfort zone. And I fully believe I'm capable of learning how to do these things, and probably through a lot of trial and error over the next few months. But I think that I can do this. And thankfully I have a neighbor who is very comfortable with building. I may have my dad or my brother come over and help me at some point. So at almost 40 years old, kind of taking on these projects and building things for the first time. I also, because this is going to be our forever home, so I'm going to be a little bit particular about it. And I am fully aware, I'm going to need to call in reinforcements at some point, but wanted to show you guys some of the things that I'm planning on doing. And then over the next few months, kind of just including that, because as you know, other than maintaining, feeding animals and things like that, there's a little bit that's going to be growing a high tunnel. But winter is really a nice, restful time if you're a farmer or a homesteader. Obviously, lots of planning that goes into that period of time, but just not a lot of the day-to-day rushed doing like you tend to feel in the spring and summer and early fall. That said, we're going to start here. So this is kind of our nothing corner. There was a massive armoire here that my ex took with him when he left, and I hated that thing because it was just very bulky. So my plan here is to do a set of low profile built-ins. And so these cabinets are 12 inches wide, and I got 12-inch wide boards. And so I'm going to do it all the way to the ceiling. So over in that corner, it goes up to 6 feet. And then here on this end, it goes up to 8 feet. I need to build a platform. So I need to get some 2x4s and build a platform basically for those to sit on. And then in between, I actually want to put tracks and do a set of pull-out drawers that go in the middle there. And then all up here will be shelving. So that obviously is a massive project that I do not really know what I'm doing. But I did buy myself a circular saw the other day. I have a neighbor who's going to lend me a brad nailer. And then I need to get a stud finder or borrow a stud finder. And oddly enough, this wall we tore it out, put in new 2x4s because it was 2x3 construction. Obviously, this is a manufactured home. So I need to like just try to remember, I think, where the studs are, but I pretty well know. I think we did 12 inches on center on these walls, but again, not a builder, not great. Everything that I have done so far really was with my ex and like under his instruction. So this is going to be a massive learning curve for me, but I think there's so much value, like I said, in just getting out of your comfort zone. So it's actually almost done, and that was to paint the cabinets. This was my color swatch. And while it is a very, like a pretty close match, I feel like this color is a little bit more minty green than really what I wanted. But I do think it goes well with the countertops. Yes, my kitchen's a mess right now, y'all. And then this black kitchen cart that we typically have the microwave and the toaster oven on, I'm also painting it just to like match everything. This back wall definitely going to get painted. I am debating as to whether now to like this sand color that we painted the walls. It's like all over the house. It went really well with like the navy blue, and I liked that. I'm now debating if I need to go like slightly lighter or go to white. Definitely would not go darker. These cabinets, if you remember, used to be navy blue, and I like how it like helps lighten up the kitchen, but I don't think like going darker in the living room is something that I really want to do. So that project, thankfully, is almost done. And then I have two other small-ish projects. So as soon as the built-ins are complete, we are going to tackle this room next. And this was my stepdaughter's bedroom. And again, like this space, I'll be honest with you, because he also had his office in here. And so this was like very hard for me for a while to come in here. And it was kind of just being like the catch-all room to throw things so that I didn't have to deal with them. But I also know like we can make this space very useful. And I wanted Sophie and I to have like a dedicated like art and craft room. Also wanted to be able to have a guest room like for people to come stay with us. So I'm working on selling these bunk beds. We'll get either a double or a queen size bed in here with a nice frame to have. And we've had the bed like come out from the wall this way, but it comes out pretty far. Unless I guess we had it on this wall here and had it go that way and just had the nightstand on the other side. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. I am sure. But like just have so many books and stuff. And so that's one reason why I wanted to do the built-ins, was to be able to have a dedicated place for our books. My daughter collects books like crazy. And so like, again, to just have a good space, then she can have a little bit more space, like in her desk in her room. My desk will go here. And I want her to be able to put like the walking pad. And these are sort of my color choices for, I just wanted this to be like a very bright and happy room. I'm leaning towards either the lemon cream or the sun glow. Maybe the butter up. I want something like that's not like too shocking, right? I feel like the lemon cream might be like seem a little bit white. Although it does look pretty yellow, but I do like brighter colors. So we'll see. But this room's going to be a very beautiful, happy yellow. I might do like some stenciling along the ceiling. We'll see. So that's room number 2. In my bedroom, oh, what are you doing? We don't usually let our dogs on the bed. Hello, can I help you? What are you doing? She's just like, what, Mom? Hi. What are you doing, baby? You're not supposed to be up here. So my bedroom, we have this wallpaper back here. And I love it. And this sagey green color that matches pretty well, but I wanted this to be like kind of like a dark cocoon and just really feel like super cozy. So had gone to Lowe's to try to find paint that would complement the background of that wallpaper. Is actually like tiny little dots of black and green, and the green is like very similar actually to like this one, but because they're such tiny dots, you can't really differentiate. Neither of those, none of the colors that I got, a lot more actually. I ended up throwing out the ones that I was like, definitely no. Didn't work. My mom was at Walmart and found this paint swatch, which is like almost absolutely perfect. You guys can see here. It's a really good compliment too. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but so I'm going to paint my bedroom like a darker green. And so super excited about that. And all these projects I'm guesstimating will take a year or 2. We have a really nice, I keep saying we, I have a nice walk-in closet here, but it is not finished. It's between the, like there's just like unfinished drywall and stuff like that, and wallpaper that I had started to attempt to put up, and it was kind of a disaster. So I need to finish in there. This bathroom is pretty much where like the 80s, 90s came to die. And I have a sideboard thing with a black marble top that I'm going to use as the sink and get a bowl for the sink base. Completely remodel this. The shower is going to actually come out to like here. Take this divider wall down. It'll be all glass, and then like a soaker tub right there. And I would love like a really nice one, but I have looked and they are crazy expensive, so I'm going to be doing an acrylic soaker tub. It's just what I can afford. And then these cabinets obviously will come out, but this will get gutted and redone. We've already got like drywall down and things like that. The bathroom is the only thing that I am debating possibly hiring a contractor for. Just because plumbing and electrical, you don't know what you're doing. You probably don't want to mess with those. And my dad like could come and help me install things, but a bathroom remodel is also like very expensive, and so I'm just trying to debate like what do I want to do with the timeline, because obviously if I'm going to hire someone, like that's going to push the timeline out. The last room is this laundry room, and it is, as you can see, like there's drywall torn out in places, things like that. So I know the dryer is starting to go. The washing machine does okay. What I would really like to do, again, when funds are available, is to take out the washer dryer, get a stackable, push that freezer in on the side, and be able to have, again, like a low profile table in there where I could like fold laundry and things like that. So, that is probably like project number 10 on the list, like the last thing that I need to worry about. I would say like getting the built-ins done is my next priority. I'm going to stain them. I have debated whether I should like paint them or what, but I do like kind of having these wood elements, and as you can see, like the beam throughout the house, and just to offer consistency. And so I think we're just gonna stain those. And honestly, y'all, like every time I talk about the built-ins, I just think like I really should just hire someone to help me do that. And I might. I don't know. I have a neighbor who's a carpenter and he's not working. I think doesn't have a job right now. So I'm like, maybe he would have time to come and do that. We'll see. But I really want to get that done because, again, I've got like a lot of storage things throughout the house that would just make that so much easier to, like be able to take care of. Like that being done, and then I could like have all the storage and style those shelves and it will look really, really nice. But we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes the things in my brain and I think like I can make that happen. It'll be fine. But really the big thing I think with all of this is just wanting to force myself outside my comfort zone. And, you know, like learn some skills that I did not have before. And, you know, just kind of renewing our home in that way. Now that this whole ordeal, because y'all, like it was very hard, and breakups obviously are never easy. But like it was just challenging to wait, and I'm so glad like God is good, everything worked out and we're able to stay. But the farm stuff is just going to be kind of in the background for a little while, and we'll be doing this massive learning experience. But I also believe that I'm like, if other folks can do it, like I am also intelligent enough to be able to figure this out. So anyway, that's what's going to be going on over the winter. And yeah, we're really excited about that. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. I believe tomorrow is a holiday, so I hope everybody is safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.